Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, remove any hats you may be wearing for our national anthem, sung by a young lady, a soccer player herself at Canterbury High School and Fort Wayne Sports Club. Also, the 2020 Miss South Central Outstanding Team, Annabella Brown.
Hello and welcome to today's match for Fort Wayne FC taking on the Dayton Dutch Lions here at Shields Field. We're your commentary team for today. I'm Caleb Saylor. Joining me once again, back in the mix, Ken Harkenreiter. Ken, how are you doing?
Doing great. Great to be back out here with the sun shining out at Shields Field.
Yeah, it's a great day. A little hot. I imagine the players are probably going to end up taking a water break. The humidity is not doing them any favors either. I know it's a hot, humid day. We've got thunderstorms popping up all around us, but we should be good to go. Players should be able to handle it, and hopefully Fort Wayne able to get their first league home win of the season. Dayton Dutch Lions, their opponents, currently sitting on 0 points so far this season in conference play.
And hopefully they can garner some of the momentum from Friday night's excellent match against Chivas. What a great night, a lot of energy here in the stadium, and they put a pretty good match together for 90 minutes on Friday evening. Unfortunately, didn't come away with the W there, but certainly held their own against a pretty fine squad from Mexico. So hopefully they can put 2 and 2 together this afternoon and come away with that big win.
Yeah, and if you're watching on the YouTube stream, make sure to share the link with your friends and family who weren't able to make it to the match today, and let us know where you're watching from as well. Always a pleasure to see where our fans are tuning in from, although I'm seeing a couple of the regulars. But if you are listening, just a note, once again, like we always say, we do not have the technological capabilities to have a running clock. So we're going to try to announce those times as frequently as possible. So the match is underway here at Shields Field. Dayton Dutch Lions in the blue kits, Fort Wayne FC in the white. And only one or two starters for Fort Wayne FC from Friday's match starting in tonight's match. But 12 players who featured on Friday against Chivas. Here's Grayson Duty. Plays in Noe Garcia, takes a shot past the goalkeeper,
Good goal.
and it bobbles in for a goal. A quick early goal in the first minute for Fort Wayne FC. It looked like that pass from Duty was going to get intercepted by the Dayton player, but Noe Garcia able to get on the end of it, and he puts Fort Wayne in the lead early on.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication among the defenders back there for Dayton. Original giveaway to Duty, and then he made the best of that. And as you say, maybe not a perfect pass, but it got the job done. It's in the back of the net, 1-0 for Fort Wayne FC.
And Fort Wayne will definitely want to keep piling it on as much as they can. You know, they might at this point be out of playoff contention, but you want to make sure to finish the season strong. And with one of the last home matches, you know, we've only got a couple of more so far this season. To start it off like this is a strong start. But as I was saying before the goal, Fort Wayne actually brought back 12 players dressed tonight who featured against Chivas. So I thought that was an interesting move by Coach Mike Avery, whether that was he was impressed with the performance that his players put in on Friday night, that they deserved to dress for today's match, or what that decision was, because we had spoken about how some of the players who featured on Friday necessarily aren't huge minute getters for Fort Wayne, but it's nice to see that he's, you know, probably rewarding some of those players for their performance for dressing today.
Well, and the roster all season, Caleb, has been pretty fluid in terms of the names in and out of the lineups, and you know, we don't see what happens every day throughout the trainings to see who's doing what, but certainly Coach Avery has all that information and makes very conscientious decisions about who gets the spot on the roster today. So nice ball through there.
And here's Tom trying to drop it back to Sam Sarver, but the pass is intercepted by the Dayton player. And to that end as well, you're talking about the fluidity of the roster. We've even got a new person on the roster in this past week, and Nick Burgess. He's dressed today for Fort Wayne FC. And that's not a name that we've seen on any of our rosters so far this season. So players are still coming and going for Fort Wayne FC, and Mike Avery's job is to put the best team out there. Ball back to Grant.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they build on this momentum, too. That's by quite a large margin, the earliest match goal of the season for Fort Wayne FC. So be interesting to see you know, how they play with the lead and see if they can capitalize and as you said, keep piling it on.
So throw in here in the 4th minute for Dayton. We'll play it out to the left. And something Chivas did real well was working it through the midfield, and Fort Wayne doing that now.
Well, we saw there just a great example of that success in pressuring high up into that attacking third. You know, that takeaway, and now here we are.
And here's Casas.
With a pretty good numbers forward with a good attack.
Ball only makes it so far as to Harris, who finds Noe Garcia, who's a good yard or two offside, and it goes the way of Dayton in the 5th minute here at Shields Field. And that was something Fort Wayne FC did well, Ken, in that Chivas match, especially late on in the game when you got some of the fresher legs on. Their midfield pressed high, which was really important because you only had Logan Lee up there for a good 20 minutes running around, and we all know the engine that Logan's got, but having their midfielders support you in that high press was really shown to be helpful.
Yeah, it's absolutely crucial, just because otherwise you're just chasing that ball and they're able to kind of string you along and play it from defender to defender across the field, and there's just too much space for one man to cover, no matter how much energy you have. But I do think that's a tactic throughout the season that's been successful, and I'd love to see Fort Wayne commit to that over a total match, because we've seen that earlier this season where they start out the first 20-25 minutes, and then whether it's fatigue, which I would hope at this level isn't a major factor, but it could be, but you know, they sort of get away from that and start playing those long balls then, and we just haven't seen the effectiveness of that tactic.
So Fort Wayne doing well to maintain possession. Here's Shockey. A big first touch from BB there, but he's able to keep a hold of it. Here's Koch out to Harvey. Plays a ball into Tom. He's got two defenders on him. Trying to work out of it, but it turns it over to Dayton here. Fort Wayne doing well to swarm the Dayton midfield to win that ball back. Here's BB.
Well, and as you look across the entire field as well, nice balance from side to side with the width, but also front to back. You know, that's really what you want to see when you're looking out there, when you're in possession and moving forward, that you have the entire team and roster balanced and moving forward as a unit.
Yeah, and that, you know, that was something Chivas, I don't know how much of the match you were able to watch, but that's something Chivas did really well all night, and that's something you would expect from a squad that's associated with the professional side. You saw from here anyway, you saw triangles all over the field. They knew where to stand. They had good passing up and down, left to right, and that's something I think Fort Wayne's going to try to emulate here in this match.
No, you're right to make note of that, not only because of the professional level quality, but also the fact that those guys train together over the course of an entire calendar year, and they're a part of a system. Again, that's a little bit different than the setup we have and the structure we have here in Fort Wayne, where you know, these guys are only here for a matter of weeks and months at most. And as you mentioned, I mean, even as late as we are in the season now, we're still adding new players into the mix. So, you know, easier said than done. Easy for us to sit up here and be critical of it. On the other hand, when they're able to string it together that way, it sure is effective.
So throw in here for Dayton in the 8th minute. Fort Wayne players doing well to make sure that Dayton don't get in to their final third.
Yeah, I don't think they've had any possession even anywhere near the attacking third, have they?
No, and then that's I think that's credit to Fort Wayne's midfield. They've been able to press high, do well with their spacing. We've seen balls played back to the defenders pretty calmly, simply, and they've been able to. Something we've talked about lack of from Fort Wayne is not skipping over the midfield, but the defenders connecting with their midfielders to really work that ball up the field.
Well, and just having that level of support from behind. So, okay, you're obviously always looking to penetrate and move forward in your attack. On the other hand, if it's not there, to have that option behind with support that's consistent really makes a big difference.
So Harvey just trying to play in Sarver there, but the Dayton players snuff it out. Trying to play a long ball. Harvey goes up for it. Dayton eventually come away with it. A good bit of work here from Dayton, and trying to slot through that right forward for Dayton. But Fort Wayne able to intercept the pass. Noe Garcia trying to get on the end of it, and it looks like he's going to.
Just got a little, ran away from him just a little too quickly there. But, boy, that is certainly something he does well, pressuring those lone defenders and oftentimes making something out of almost nothing. But that time the turf got the better of it.
So a corner kick for Fort Wayne FC in the 10th minute at Shields Field. Looks like Noe Garcia is going to line up to take the corner. And it's a short one to Casas, back to Noe Garcia, who plays across in back post. Probably trying to find Will Harris there over duty, but goes over both of them, and it's a goal kick for Dayton. So Dayton on the ball here. But the touch too much, and Casas able to win it back for Fort Wayne, and the referee calls a foul against Dayton in the 11th minute. The Dayton forward just motioning to his midfielders to help him press high, but you didn't really see any of them move there. Can't necessarily blame them. It's pretty hot and humid out there.
I was just going to say, based on the heat, I was just going to make that comment. Given the heat, it's a pretty good pace of play from both teams thus far, and obviously Fort Wayne the better of the attack in terms of getting it forward, but both teams keeping the ball moving, which is impressive, and hopefully they can keep this pace for at least a while yet here.
Yeah, and if you look at the Dayton bench as well, they've only got 5 players sitting on it.
Oh, what a lovely ball. Oh, just a bit out of reach.
Duty just trying to make a smart decision to force them into a tight spot for a throw-in, but it just goes out for a goal kick for Dayton in the 12th minute. Yeah, that was a heck of a ball, and just a bit ahead of Duty. We've talked about this time and again. The turf is really unforgiving, and if you play a pass that's just a little too fast, it's not slowing down anytime soon.
No, that's exactly right. And I almost wonder, I take a look at that replay on that, but whether Duty might have angled his run just a little bit better because it wasn't off by much. But nonetheless, a good attack, and hopefully Fort Wayne's got a few more of those up their sleeve.
And it's still early on. They've got plenty of time to.
Ooh, that didn't look good.
He pointed to his knee there.
Whether there was contact or just caught his foot in the turf. That's the other danger of this turf.
That's Garcia for Fort Wayne, who's down.
And he immediately grabbed the knee. That's, again.
And it looked like there was a little contact there, but, from our distance, it didn't really look like a whole lot. He's back up and moving.
That's good. Maybe just tweaked it just enough to.
Fort Wayne able to maintain possession. Here's Garcia on the ball again. Good settling touch.
Showing no signs of
no
having
injury.
been down on the turf holding his knee. That's a good thing.
Ball's played out to Harvey, who finds Tom. A good
little
layoff
combination play there.
For Sarver.
Just a bit too much.
And here's Shockey for Fort Wayne. Back to Koch. And Fort Wayne doing well, not to really force any passes.
Yeah,
they're trying to find those spaces.
Again, keeping that Dayton defenders chasing the ball and spreading them out. Again, we've talked about that. Spreading them out, creating those passing lanes in between where the defending lanes are. Fort Wayne doing a nice job. I mean, this possession alone, they've been right to left 2, 3, 4 times. So, again, the defensive team has no choice but to relocate across the field, and what happens is then those spaces open up in between where you can send those through balls. We've had 3 or 4 really nice opportunities with the through ball so far already in the first 14 or 15 minutes here.
So this is Sam Sarver on the ball. Noe Garcia did well to hold up the ball with the Dayton defender on his back. Maintain possession. Here's Beebe. He finds Tom. And that was a good bit of communication there. You could hear the Fort Wayne player say, leave that ball. It was intended for Harvey. But the pass intercepted by Dayton, and it's a throw-in for Fort Wayne here in the 15th minute. Ooh, a good bit of skill by Tom. Takes on a second one. Finds Garcia with a good pass here. Sarver not able to maintain possession, and Dayton come the other way with it. But it looks like Harvey's going to battle the Dayton player off the ball, and he does, winning Fort Wayne possession back. And here's Casas. Harvey lets that ball roll out for a throw-in for Dayton in the 15th minute. So once again, if you're just joining us, this is Fort Wayne FC versus Dayton Dutch Lions here at Shields Field. Fort Wayne FC leads by a score of 1-0 with a minute gone in the first goal happening, and here's Noe Garcia, the goal scorer, again with a good shot. But Dayton goalkeeper comes out and claims it. So here's Dayton working it up the left side. Still on the ball, Dayton. And a ball over the top to Harris, but Grant for Fort Wayne in good enough position to come out and collect that ball. And something I'd like to see from Grant in this game is to communicate to his defenders when he wants to play it short and when he wants to play it long. Fort Wayne played a lot of long ball against Chivas on Friday night, and you didn't really have defenders giving him that option. So playing out of the back, I think, would be really helpful for Fort Wayne today, just to make those Dayton defenders and forwards run just a little bit more than maybe what they would want to on a hot day. So long ball by Dayton here, collected by Koch. But Fort Wayne not able to maintain possession. And a late tackle against Dayton, and Shockey falls to the ground here.
And to your point, Caleb, about the communication between the defenders and Grant, you know, overall in every respect, and your point well taken, but also in terms of when they're committed to winning the ball. And again, Dayton hasn't put together a real dangerous, threatening attack just yet, but hopefully they are able to achieve that level of communication. We've seen that numerous times through the season, where just kind of a breakdown, you know, with Joe Bowles in the goal and not sure whether his defenders are committed to the tackle or not, and then he commits and gets into that no man's space, and we've given up a couple of soft goals in that respect. So.
And you would expect this late on in the season, you know, we've still got new players, but you've got a good core who should be communicating well with each other at this point. And I think we're seeing that more on the attacking end, and as you mentioned, Dayton not really posing their own attacking threat, so we haven't seen it quite yet from Fort Wayne, but the team overall doing well in the first 18 minutes at Shields Field to communicate, do well, work well together, and not force anything.
A lot of really nice combination play in tight. You know, some of those give and goes and drop balls and overlaps. We've had a lot of really nice combination play here from Fort Wayne.
The ball played back to the Dayton goalkeeper. Those Fort Wayne midfielders doing well to provide some of that high pressure to force Dayton to play it long, maybe make a mistake and capitalize on it. The ball almost immediately overturned. And
yeah, that's just a blatant giveaway, isn't it? That's,
a poor pass by Dayton. Fort Wayne doing well to swarm the Dayton players up in the final third. Try to work hard to win that possession back.
Well, and hopefully they can seize that opportunity to take advantage. Dayton seems to be a little bit discombobulated in terms of, you know, those giveaways, and we saw a swing and a miss on a tackle there, so hopefully we can just double down on the pressure up top and really make it pay off.
So here's Koch over to Casas. Works the way across the midfield and finds Duty. And a good overlapping run by Shockey. Plays the cross in one time. I'm assuming that's a cross in to Garcia, but it goes out for a goal kick in the 20th minute.
Yeah, and you know, we had a fairly good solid numbers forward there. I think he would have been well served to take that all the way to the end line and then drop it back in, more so than just lofting that ball. And obviously didn't get the touch he wanted, but not even sure the decision was the best in those circumstances.
So Dayton on the ball here. And a good run up by Novello Yoseki. And the right idea from the Dayton player, but Number 3 for Dayton was marked the entire time, and Fort Wayne was able to make sure the attack was at least thwarted for the time being. But Dayton still on the ball.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is the most sustained possession Dayton has had so far in the first 20 minutes or so.
And this is about the furthest they've been up the field, too, so they'll want to see if they can do something with it. Shot well wide,
the Fort
well
Wayne
high.
fans will be pleased with what they did with that one.
Yes, so looks like we're in a water break here in the 20th minute at Shields Field. Fort Wayne FC leads by a goal to 0. The goal for Fort Wayne coming from Noe Garcia within the first minute of play. And it was a good goal, sort of what we've seen from him all season. A little quickness, a little technical ability to make sure he's able to get that shot away. Dayton, if I'm being honest, they look like the worst side here in the first 20 minutes. Fort Wayne definitely looks like the better side, a little bit more polished, a little bit more skilled, but to what you've mentioned before, we don't know what these teams are going through behind the scenes. They may be getting in new players leaving, and we don't know what might be going on behind the scenes.
No, that's true. There's so many things that have to fall together. And again, in timing, I mean, it's not like an established program, say a Chivas or even a school, university, college-based team where you have that continuity from one year to the next. And so really these teams have to come together pretty quickly and put all the pieces together. And the teams that can make that happen and align cleanly are the ones that are obviously most successful.
So a quick water break at Shields Field in the 23rd minute now. Play getting ready to get underway.
One other thought to ponder there, Caleb, in terms of that, with the point we are in the season with only a handful of games remaining, neither of these teams have had a whole lot of success in terms of the win column, and so, that starts to weigh on you as well. You start to have some self-doubt, and you just don't, hopefully, again, both of them, while they meet each other today, maybe get a boost of momentum from that, but overall, that's one of those things you got to tackle as well, and it doesn't always show up on the stats sheet.
Yeah, unfortunately, hard work doesn't show up on the stat
Exactly.
sheet. Only the wins, losses, and draws and goals. That's about it.
Well, and it's almost the negativity of there's some positive momentum in playing a good game and not quite winning, but that only lasts so long. If that happens every day. Game in, game out, where you're close but no cigar, so to speak, that starts to then weigh in a negative way. So I think that sort of describes what Fort Wayne FC has gone through over the last several weeks.
So the shot from Zach Tom, I do believe, went out for a corner kick in the 24th minute. And Pep Casas is out there down in the corner, ready to take it. Sends it to the back post. Trying to find Will Harris once again, and that's out of both of their corners, Will Harris has sort of done the same thing where he's ran towards the back post but then sort of tried to peel off, fade away from it. So it looks like they're trying to run something that they've done in practice where Will Harris maybe plays that header back across the goal to somebody else versus maybe him trying to put it on frame, because he's faded away twice now, which it looked intentional. Either way, Fort Wayne still on the ball. Here's Casas out to Sarver. Trying to take on two players, and foul against Sarver. The ball goes the way of Dayton in the 25th minute.
And it may be that they're scripting something on those corner kicks, Caleb, but boy, I sure would prefer keeping that thing, drive it a little bit more into the dangerous area. I mean, once it goes over everyone, that pretty much ceases the attack, doesn't it? I mean, they haven't actually made connection with Will Harris on either of those, so almost a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, those lofted corners, really, for the most part, any player is going to be able to get a hold of it, and then giving your goalkeeper time to come out and collect it as well. So, yeah, a little bit of height, but a nice driven cross, I think, would serve Fort Wayne better.
Well, and you can get those opportunities for deflections, and, you know, it can be off any of those multiple legs that are in there, whether they're wearing white socks or blue socks. You get a deflection, and now things can happen in front of the goal. But once it's
nice
out
bit
on
of
the
skill
corner
there from
flag,
Duty.
Oh, that was a nice bit, but enough defenders back in front of that to squelch it. Fort Wayne maintains possession, only to give it back. We'll see. We're getting to the point in the match where oftentimes Fort Wayne starts to loosen up on that high pressure, but here it looks like they're with some level of success there pressuring that ball. Oh, Duty might have done better to lay that ball off. Garcia looked like he had some space over, but nonetheless, throw in for Fort Wayne.
Duty to take the throw for Fort Wayne in the 27th minute. Actually, he hands it off to Dylan Shockey to take the throw. And doesn't make it to its intended target, and Dayton's coming the other way with it and coming quick. But Dylan Shockey closing the Dayton player down and slows down the attack to let the Fort Wayne teammates get back in defense. A good switch by Dayton here, and they're able to maintain possession, trying to switch that point of attack. Fort Wayne now have 11 men behind the ball, trying to make sure no stray opportunity, no mistakes happen, and they're not punished for maybe a silly mistake. Defending with 10 men back here. Fort Wayne working hard, but Dayton still in possession. And Koch able to clear his lines to relieve some of that pressure, if only briefly. So a foul against Dayton in the 28th minute goes the way of Fort Wayne. And BB plays it to Harris. Nice little pass in to Garcia, but Garcia not able to lay it off to his teammate, and Dayton comes the other way with it. Harvey doing well to stand up the attacker, just to slow things down. A cross in from Dayton, and a header goes over Cuba Grant, and it's a goal for Dayton. It was a good cross by Novello Yaseki. And the goal scorer for Dayton, Vincent Stans, he was able to get his head on it and just loop it over Grant. The header did not have a whole lot of pace on it, but it was in the right position. Catches Grant just a little bit off his line, and Dayton able to square it up in the 29th minute at Shields Field.
Boy, that's a good individual effort there as well from the goal. Positioned himself between the two defenders, created just enough space, and then played the ball just perfectly to float it up and over Grant into that back corner. So credit to the goal scorer on that one. Would love to see those defenders tighten down, but again, he did a nice job creating that space, and certainly a nice finish. Yeah.
So it's all square at Shields Field. Dayton just scoring their goal off a header. And they're coming back the other way with it now. Here's the man with the assist, Yoseki, playing another cross in a similar position. But that ball goes out for a goal kick in the 30th minute.
I'm reminded that's one of the things that's changed during my coaching career. You refer to, the folks going to goal as finishing, and that was a great example of, we talk about where do you look to shoot, where do you look to direct the ball, and clearly it's where the goalie isn't, right? It's not necessarily the hardest hit ball. It's not necessarily any of those things. It's just putting it where the goalkeeper cannot do anything to keep it out of the back of the net. So that was a good example of that, where, as you say, not a whole lot of pace on it, nothing real flamboyant, but got the job done in the back of the onion sack.
Yep, they won't care how they got it. They'll just care that they got it. Yep. So it's all square now. And here's Koch on the ball for Fort Wayne. A nice little flick from Garcia, and Sam Sarver's onside chasing the ball down, and the goalkeeper for Dayton collects it. Takes a little spill, but able to hang on to it there. And here's BB able to win possession back for Fort Wayne.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Fort Wayne responds in the final 15 minutes of this half after pretty much dominating the entire time, right? They were very much against the flow of play.
Certainly so, yeah. Dayton had built in maybe like that last 3 or 4 minutes they were leading up, but not a whole lot before that.
And again, not by any stretch is that a fluke goal. We can't refer to it as a breakdown or a fluke or whatever, but nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see how Fort Wayne responds and see if they can take advantage of the dominance they've had in the possession and put it up on the board.
So a throw in for Fort Wayne in the 32nd minute. Harvey taking the throw. He finds Garcia, able to hold up his man, trying to take on too many Dayton defenders there, and the ball is kicked away, but only as far as Koch. Here's Duty. Looking for an option, and sort of a late tackle there by Dayton, but the referee says nothing doing. Go ahead and get up, continue play.
Yeah, he's pretty much let play continue in most instances here this afternoon.
A good switch out to Harvey, but he's not able to get past the Dayton man. And now Dayton's away on the right side once again. This is the 3rd or 4th attack they've had here on the right side within the past 10 minutes. And the ball goes out for throw-in for Dayton in the 33rd minute.
Yeah, Moseki's really been dangerous coming down that flank, and obviously served the ball that ended up in the back of the net, but he's had several other runs down that flank as well, and need to tighten down the defending on that left side for Fort Wayne.
Yeah, another player who's done well for Dayton, Harper Cook, has sort of been that link-up man in the midfield. So good cross, a good shot, and a good save by everybody involved there. Dayton playing a good cross in, and the shooter able to just get his foot on it, but not a whole lot of pace, and Grant for Fort Wayne able to save that comfortably. A little bit of miscommunication there from Fort Wayne, and it's a throw in for Dayton in the 33rd minute. The ball makes its way back to Casas, and
uncharacteristic giveaway from Casas there, wasn't it?
Yeah, certainly so. And that little miscommunication by Fort Wayne defenders there just a moment ago gives me a little concern, because this tends to be about the time we start seeing those mishaps and miscommunications from the Fort Wayne back line that ends up in goals. So they'll want to tighten things up here the last 10, 12 minutes or so to make sure those mistakes don't happen.
Not sure I want to say I was thinking the same thing, but I'll go ahead and say I was thinking pretty much the same thing just now.
So here's Harvey on the ball. Gets around his Dayton defender and gets around a second. Here's Sarver taking a shot. And it looks like Sarver was just trying to curl that to the back post. Unfortunately goes well wide of the goal, and it's a goal kick.
Didn't quite get his hips where they needed to be in terms of lining up the backside, and
he had plenty of space, maybe half a second more, and he would have been able to do just that. But sometimes you just got to make something happen. Here's Dayton back on the ball, but BB able to win it away, and possession is back for Fort Wayne. Here's Harvey. Back to Koch. Here's Harris. A good attempt at a flick, but Casas gives it away in a dangerous position. Here's the goal scorer for Dayton. Number 9, Vincent Stands, but he shoots it wide, and it's a goal kick for Fort Wayne in the 36th minute. Koch on the ball. Here's Tom. And a good little dummy by Garcia, and he gets around his Dayton defender into the box, lays it off to Sarver, but the Dayton defender able to kick it out for a corner kick in the 37th minute. That was a good little individual play by Garcia, and good vision by him to spot Sarver standing there at about the 9-10 yard line out from the goal. But Dayton just able to step in front of it. If that connected with Sarver, I wouldn't be surprised if we were talking about another goal here. But
yeah, that was a good run from Garcia. That's what he does best. Little dummy there, and then chasing down that free ball. And
so the corner kicks in. The goalkeeper punches it, but not able to punch it away far enough. It goes out for another corner kick for Fort Wayne in the 37th minute.
That ball did land far more dangerous area there in front of the goal, so hopefully Fort Wayne can put that ball into that dangerous area where we have the numbers. And
so here's Garcia with the corner of low to the near post. Casas ends up with it. Back to Shockey. Plays it wide to Duty. And a good run by Tom, who's just able to open up some space for Duty here. He tries to play it back behind to Sarver, but Fort Wayne still in possession. Here's Shockey. Lay off to Duty.
some nice combination play there again. Some nice sleight of foot.
And here's Casas to Tom. A little flick by Garcia, hoping either Casas or Duty running into the box, but it goes the way of the goalkeeper, and I guess the ref's calling for a goal kick for Dayton here in the 39th minute. And something I'm really enjoying seeing, and we have seen it a couple of times in other matches as well. Fort Wayne's outside backs are not hanging back. They're getting up into the attack a little bit more from Dylan Shockey than what we've seen from him in the past couple of weeks, but he's adding a little bit something to the attack just to give them a reset option a little bit there to try to work it back and forth. So I like that Fort Wayne's outside backs are pushing up to support the attack. Here's a long ball from Harvey trying to find Tom over top, and it's a great ball. And Zach Tom challenges the goalkeeper for that ball, and it's a collision between the two of them. Zach Tom's got every right to go for that ball, but it was kind of questionable whether that was Zach Tom trying to play the ball or maybe intimidate the goalkeeper a little bit there. Either way, ref says just calm down. Not giving you a yellow card, which many refs would have, and I as a former goalkeeper, I necessarily wouldn't have blamed him if he had shown a yellow card to Tom there.
My read on that, he was just a little late. I think he didn't genuinely have a play on it. You're right, he has an opportunity of the right to go for the ball, but he was just a bit late. And again, didn't back down, and that's part of the reason officials are quick to whistle those is because the goalkeeper obviously is so vulnerable, right, when he's there, and he's watching the ball, not sure where that contact's going to come from, and so really vulnerable to injury if there's a collision. So officials most times will indeed err on the side of protecting the goalkeeper, which is the right decision.
So a throw in for Fort Wayne in the 41st minute. Duty just trying to play it back to Harvey, but the ball is intercepted by Dayton. And here stands for Dayton, able to find his open midfielder. And ball over top, trying to find somebody from Dayton, but Dylan Shockey able to clear it away. And Garcia pressuring once again, and he's able to come up with it. An attempt at a through ball to Duty only makes it back to the goalkeeper. Fort Wayne's on the ball again, trying to work it up the field.
Yeah, Garcia did well to win that ball. I'm not sure he realized Zach Tom was making the run on the backside. He tried to play over to Duty, which was not a bad decision, but I think he might have had a little more success if he just laid that ball off to the right side. Zach Tom looked like he had a nice open lane to the goal.
Yeah, it looked like, at least from our position, that Tom was the better option in that scenario. So Fort Wayne doing well to press high, and they win the ball back here in a dangerous position. Here's Pep Casas. Just a little layoff to Garcia, trying to play wide to Duty. The ball sort of ping-ponging around, and Garcia commits a foul, and it's a free kick for Dayton in the 43rd minute. An interesting decision to switch Sarver and Duty from left to right, right to left.
And I was just going to say, they've already had a couple of opportunities. They're looking for Duty out there. They just can't quite get the angle of the pass right, and the Dayton defender's been able to step in and disrupt it every time. But certainly something there, and they obviously identified it, and hopefully can make it pay off here before the day is done. Ooh, nice opportunity there and close.
Yeah, and Fort Wayne, a majority of their attacks have come on that right side, so maybe providing a bit more balance in the more experienced player of Duty playing on the left side, and then Sarver with his quickness, just like Noe Garcia showed, able to beat the Dayton defenders on the right side.
He's on his way.
So Fort Wayne in possession in the 44th minute. Here's Shockey. Finds Casas. Sarver just ready to get that ball slipped through to him, but Casas chooses a different option, plays it back to Harvey. Here's Duty. Ball's just nicked away. Referee says no foul. Fort Wayne retains possession. Here's BB. And Yoseki for Dayton has done really well here on the right side, just keeping those players in front of him, poking a couple of those passes away, just making sure Fort Wayne's not able to do anything with the attack.
Yeah, he's really been a disruptor, and I mentioned that with Duty out there, he's had the space, and they just haven't been able to get him the ball because of Museki's disruptive defending.
So the clearance only makes it to Will Harris, and Fort Wayne's on the attack again. Here's Garcia. Sarver trying to link up with Garcia, but just a little bit too much sauce on that pass. And the Dayton goalkeeper collects it in the 45th minute.
And I want to encourage everybody to hang around during halftime. We got some special guests here this afternoon we're going to bring on board during the halftime break. You saw them early on. They were early stars of today's match during the walkout, but we'll have a chance to meet and chat with them a little bit here. They're members of the top soccer group from the Fort Wayne Sport Club. So stay tuned at halftime.
Yeah, that'll be a good interview, and especially for those who are out of town who maybe don't necessarily know what Top Soccer does. It's a great program to provide those with soccer opportunities, and a good opportunity
nice
for Fort
ball.
Wayne, and
Oh,
Sarver
good save.
just trying to slot that to the backside, but the Dayton goalkeeper able to get a palm to it, and he puts it out for a corner kick. And here's that play again, a little bit of a fake here, and here's Casas, plays a nice layoff to Sarver. That Dayton goalkeeper able to get down quick enough. And in the 46th minute,
and it looks like indication of 1 minute of extra time here, 1 injury minute for the first half.
And a good cross in. Fort Wayne able to get ahead to it, and it only falls to BB, who sends the ball through the football goal posts.
He may be dreaming about that one again tonight.
Yeah, he'll certainly want that one back.
Replay that one 99 times, and all but one are going to go into the goal.
Yeah, certainly so. So a goal kick for Dayton here in the 46th minute. A wasted opportunity, I'd say, for Fort Wayne.
But back up just a moment before that strike, again, that corner kick delivered, driven in front of the goal. And again, you see how much more activity and potential for things to happen when the ball is there in front of the goal. So hopefully they can hit some pay dirt with one of those.
Yeah, certainly so. So that's it. That's halftime here at Shields Field. Fort Wayne FC won, and their goal from the first minute from Noe Garcia. And Dayton Dutch Lions took about a half an hour to make things all square here at Shields Field. And it's Fort Wayne FC 1, Dayton 1.
Abigail, you come really close to me.
Okay, sounds fun. So when you see your picture, Ken will start.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Ready.
And here we are, live on YouTube.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. We're absolutely pleased to welcome Oliver Reelson, representative of Fort Wayne Sport Club Top Soccer Program. Thanks for taking a minute or two here, Oliver.
My pleasure.
Great to have you here. And, I'm a big fan of accessibility and having everybody have a chance to play.
Yes.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about Top Soccer and the mission and your history here at the Fort Wayne Sport Club with the Top Soccer Program.
Well, first, thanks for the opportunity to talk about Top Soccer. So TOP, the acronym stands for The Outreach Program for Soccer. It's a program from USU Soccer. About 15 years ago or so, I saw the need in Fort Wayne to have a program for kids with special needs. We have a couple of veteran players here that we're going to introduce shortly. And to me, it was important to have a soccer program available for every ability, including kids with special needs.
Fantastic. And I know you and I have worked a little bit together. I've been fortunate to host a couple of things over at the school, and it is fantastic. And I would love to bring on a couple of our stars here. We'll start with Abigail, I believe, right? Come on over, Abigail.
Have a seat. I got to hold
Hey.
I hold it.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, welcome aboard, and maybe you can talk a little bit about how fun it is and how important it is for you to be a part of the Top Soccer with Coach Oliver.
Yeah, it's really fun actually. So I got started with it 15 years ago.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
you're a veteran then.
When it started, we got like really smaller pictures of me, like when I was like 7, 8, and then like we sometimes go to like we sometimes go to the state championships.
Right,
and
down in
do
Indianapolis,
that,
right?
And then sometimes we'll do this type of thing.
And that's fantastic that you're out here with Fort Wayne FC. I see you even put on the Fort Wayne FC colors on your tongue there. You must have been hitting that snow cone stand today, huh? So that's fantastic. But I saw you walk out today, and that was exciting. Were you nervous in front of the crowd?
A bit.
Yeah, it's a big crowd, isn't it? So hopefully Fort Wayne can get another goal here and come away with their first win this year. But it's good to see you, and we want to give one of your teammates an opportunity to say hello as well. So thanks so much. Don't do it. Oh, boy. Okay. Thanks again, Abigail. So we're going to bring Tommy out now. He's also a longtime veteran of the Top Soccer, and I know he's a goal-scoring machine. I've witnessed it firsthand. So come on board, Tommy. So you're a longtime Top Soccer player as well. What's your favorite thing? What do you enjoy most about Top Soccer?
Scoring goals.
Yeah, of course you do, and I've watched you do it quite a lot.
Oh,
and
yeah, you have.
yes, I have. And you have a great celebration as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good for you.
Yeah.
So do you remember what your first year? How old were you when you first started playing Top Soccer? I know you've got a lot of years under your belt.
Oh my gosh. Wasn't it when I was like 13 or 14?
I think you were like 10 years ago, so you were
Yeah.
20 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 10, he was 10.
10. That's great. That's a great history. And tell me a little bit about what your favorite thing about coming out to the Fort Wayne FC games.
Just seeing everyone here is really fun, and walking out with the players is fun.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
There's lots of fun stuff.
So I saw you down there. I apologize. I did not make note of. I did not make note of which player you were with. Do you remember which of the Fort Wayne FC players you were walking out with?
Yeah, I think it was number 25. His name was Sammy.
Sammy, nice. Yeah,
He was
Sammy
a-
Sarver is a
yeah.
nice player. He's going to be playing down at IU, so
Oh, wow.
I'm sure next time they hoist a national championship trophy, you can say I was there with him.
Oh, I will.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Tommy. And
Yeah.
maybe one last shout out for Oliver here. If folks want to learn more about Top Soccer, how they might be able to support or get involved if they have a young athlete as well, is there some information they could find on the Sport Club website, or do you have other information?
Yeah, it's a great question. First, I want to give a shout out to all the other coaches. You can't run it by yourself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of coaches and helpers that run the organization, and it's a team effort to do that. And the program is open to any player in Northeast Indiana, ages 4 through into adulthood. If you want to play Top Soccer, you can go either to our website, fortwaynesportclub.com. Also on Soccer Indiana, we're listed as one of the top certified clubs in the state. And being a 5-star club, we also have 2 coaches that are top certified. So
Excellent.
It's a top-notch program. Another thing, it's free of charge. So it doesn't
Excellent.
cost anything. We take in-kind donations, but the club supports us as a top program, and it's free of charge to the players.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And again, I guess I would be remiss if I didn't circle back to say, not only my own preference to keeping everything accessible, but certainly been one of the missions of Fort Wayne FC to get everybody involved. So I'm glad to see the kids have a chance to come out and be a part of the walk-in today, and that's exciting. Every time I hear that music, the walk-in music, it gets me excited. So I'm sure they enjoyed that, and they're all enjoying the game. So thanks again for your efforts and your time this afternoon, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, it created some great memories. DeMarcus Beasley came by, shook hands with everybody. Abigail, that you just met a minute ago, is a Southside Archer, and she got a big hug with DeMarcus Beasley. So great memories having the kids out
That's
here.
fantastic.
Hopefully we have a great second half here.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks again, Oliver. Again, everybody, Oliver Reelson from Fort Wayne Sport Club Top Soccer Program. So we'll be back in just a few moments with the second half, and hopefully pull out the first home win for the Fort Wayne FC.
All right, and we're back here at Shields Field for the second half of Fort Wayne FC versus Dayton Dutch Lions. Fort Wayne FC 1, Dayton 1. Both teams scoring good goals respectively. Maybe a little bit of against run of play for Dayton, but they won't care. Now the ball's underway here at Shields Field. Dayton instantly putting Fort Wayne under pressure, and they give it away. And Koch called for a penalty within the first minute of the second half here at Shields Field, and a yellow card shown to Koch. Pretty straightforward. Koch got beat by the defender, and then he put his hands on his back, and whether he pushed him or not, he had his hands on him, and when you force the referee to make the decision, you risk the chance, and it's a big risk that it's not going to go your way. So for Dayton, the penalty taker, Vincent Stans, who was the goal scorer a little bit earlier on. And he rifles it past Grant to put Dayton in the lead 2-1 very early on in the second half. Fort Wayne obviously plenty of time to get a goal, get another, put it away, but definitely not encouraging for Fort Wayne at the start of the second half here.
No, that really disappointing opening sequence there. Didn't get the kickoff correct to begin with, and then pretty much gave Dayton a clear pathway into the penalty box. And again, by that point, Koch just not in a position to make a good defensive play, and had to do what he did. And here we are, down 2-1.
Yeah, and that's really the first time Dayton has put our back line under pressure like that. And to see Fort Wayne cave in that instance and make a mistake, maybe it had to do with it, the half just starting, and they're just starting to get their minds back into it. But either way, Dayton capitalized, and they're now in the lead. Here's Shockey on the ball for Fort Wayne. A foul against Dayton. And a free kick in a dangerous spot for Fort Wayne. The Dayton player just getting into the heels of Noe Garcia, the player who's down injured for Fort Wayne. And an interesting choice of free kick takers. Joel Harvey going to take this. He's a left-footed player, so this cross is always going to swing towards the goalkeeper here. But he can certainly deliver a ball, so we'll see what the result is. Here's the kick. Driven low. Sort of one of those free kicks that we've been talking about for corner kicks, low driven, trying to put it into the mix. Maybe it bounces off a player.
And that's exactly what happened there. The first Fort Wayne player kind of deflected or got a little bit of a miscue. And
so here's the corner kick. And it's another corner for Fort Wayne in the 49th minute at Shields Field. Garcia on the far side, setting up the corner. Another low-driven cross, this time to the near post, but it doesn't make it further than the Dayton defenders. But Fort Wayne able to keep possession, and it works its way back to Grant. Here's Dayton on the ball. Koch out-muscled there by Stans, but Stans not able to maintain possession. And Grant sort of mishits the clearance. And didn't make it out of the defensive third for Fort Wayne, but Here's Casas on the ball. Al Harris back to Casas, working their way left to right up the field. Here's Shockey. Nice little flick from Garcia. Garcia's holding his neck this time. And a yellow card shown to the Dayton player. Not entirely sure who that card was given to. Yeah, number 23 over there for Dayton. Nathan Dragicic. But the player who's sort of motioning when given that yellow card was David Viscoy, number 30 for Dayton. And I think that's who the card was given to, although I didn't quite get a good look. And this is the third or fourth time Garcia has been down. Concerningly, the longest time that he's been down out of those 3 or 4.
He's pretty still as well, which is always a bad sign. That
yeah, it's not what you want to see. You want to see a little bit of movement. And
if it is in the neck area, though, that's always extra caution by the trainers to make sure they're lying still, not make matters worse if it is some kind of a neck injury.
Yeah, certainly so. And Garcia just sat upright. And Garcia's been the danger man for Fort Wayne. He's been moving across that front line, trying to find pockets, trying to play like a number 9 in some instances. But then laying nice little flicks and that technical ability in other instances. So I could see why if Dayton were targeting a man, it would be that one. But it's a free kick for Fort Wayne, and Harvey standing over it. Garcia's had to come off, if only briefly. So Fort Wayne down to 10 men here in the 53rd minute.
Should be a pretty dangerous opportunity for Fort Wayne FC with Harvey hitting it.
A good strike by Harvey. That ball headed away for a corner for Fort Wayne in the 53rd minute. So for those of you who are just watching on the YouTube stream, make sure to share the link with your friends and family who weren't able to make it out to the match today. A corner kick for Fort Wayne. Joel Harvey looks set to deliver it. Trying to find Koch backside. And the ref signals another corner kick for Fort Wayne. Crosses in, driven towards the near post, with Dayton able to clear it away only as far as Sarver. And the referee calls for offsides.
Sarver just a little bit too slow and deliberate there. Oftentimes, that ball coming out that corner, you just deliver it straight back in, take advantage of some of the chaos. But
now you don't want to waste too much time in there, letting your defenders close down space on you. Here's Dayton on the ball. Stan's doing well to maintain possession for Dayton. And a throw in the way of Fort Wayne in the 55th minute at Shields Field. Shockey finds Koch in the middle of the field for the throw in. And here's Harvey. Plays a nice skip over to Harris, who's able to find Beebe. Sarver plays it up to Duty. This is a good passing sequence for Fort Wayne. Stringing a good number of passes together, but the ball given away here Casas able to win it back for Fort Wayne. And here's BB trying to find Sarver over the top. The Dayton goalkeeper is out to collect it and distributes quickly.
Just a little bit too ambitious there from BB. I think he tried to get it all in one touch, just a little bit out of reach of Sarver there.
And he might have been a little bit one-track minded in that instance because he did have Grayson Duty and a good bit of space over here on the right side that he could have played a ball on the ground into him. But either way, good signs from Fort Wayne here in response to that goal. And here's Sarver with a cross in, not able to find its intended target. Still Fort Wayne maintains possession. Here's Garcia. Pass intercepted by Dayton. And Grayson Duty just nicks it away for Fort Wayne. With the ball given back to the Lions. A good poke away by Dayton here, and they're down in the attacking third on the corner. That was Nathan Dragicic trying to use a bit of skill to get around Koch, but he's able to poke it away, and now Casas is going the other way.
That was a nice defensive recovery run from Koch. Nice touch down that flank, and then he recovered to the inside just like you're supposed to as a defender and was able to tap it away and start Fort Wayne on their attack.
Casas on the ball. Casas and BB back and forth. Switch it out to find Harvey, who's able to take on his man. The second defender able to nick it away. Not a whole lot of speed coming from this Dayton attack. You know, it looked like they would have had a good opportunity for a break there, but only one or two players for Dayton out of the 5 or 6 for Fort Wayne that were in that middle third on the transition there. So just slowing up play a bit, and the possession given back to Fort Wayne. Long ball by Harris, just under pressure, not messing about, clears it out. So here's Grayson Duty. Good win off of the Dayton player, but BB not able to maintain possession. Duty doing well to fight for that ball, but Dayton just able to hold on to it. And a good pass by Dayton to find the wide man, Michael Vogel. And he's driving down the left-hand side. Fort Wayne players stand him up, and the referee calls for a foul against Dayton, goes the way of Fort Wayne. So substitution for Fort Wayne FC. And Sam Sarver's day is over. And the goal scorer against Chivas, Max Amawako, coming on the field here, making his appearance for Fort Wayne FC tonight. And I was just commenting to somebody at halftime, this is, I think, the player I wanted to see in terms of substitutes for Fort Wayne FC here in the second half. We know Amawako is dynamic, he's quick, he's got good footwork, but also he's a pretty skilled shooter of the ball as well, as we saw against Chivas on Friday.
Yeah, he very exciting to watch, and he absolutely can finish that ball as well. Has come through quite often this season for Fort Wayne FC and putting it in the back of the net. So hopefully can get something going here pretty quickly for Fort Wayne.
So here's Casas, just weaving through the defense in the midfield, maintaining possession for Fort Wayne. Ball played out to Harvey. Here's Tom just trying to flick it to Harvey, who's able to maintain possession. Here's Amawako. Plays a good ball into Garcia, lays it off to Tom, and I think that ball just got under him a little bit there. And he's not able to do much with the shot, and it's a goal kick for Dayton in the 60th minute. So the goal kicks away. Won by Dayton. But Casas able to pick it off the midfielder. But Duty not able to keep possession of the pass, and it's a throw-in for Dayton in the 61st minute. Here's Duty now on the ball. Ball given back to him. Here's BB. Plays a switch out to Harvey, who's able to get on the end of it. Now Amawako with the shot. Not a whole lot of pace on that, and the Dayton defender able to clear it away relatively easily. Here's that player I was talking about earlier, Michael Vogel. He's on the run here, trying to take on Shockey. Heads towards the middle of the field, and the shot well over and well wide. And it's a goal kick for Fort Wayne in the 62nd minute.
I'd like to see some of the other Fort Wayne players replicate Duty's intensity. The last few minutes here, he's really stepped it up and really increased the level of energy out here on this right flank. And I'd like to see him play with a little more urgency here, being down 2-1 at this point in the match.
Yeah, and he's doing well to recognize that, he's now being targeted by 2 or 3 Dayton defenders at a time in some instances. So he's trying to move and get into space and work for that ball, not necessarily wait for it to come to him. Foul against Fort Wayne. Dayton ball in the 62nd minute. The ball is played quickly. Dayton plays the ball back, and here's Noe Garcia trying to pressure. Foul against Garcia. The referee says, all right, that's enough. It's going to be a yellow card against Garcia in the 63rd minute. So it just looks like we're getting ready to have another substitution for Fort Wayne within the next moment or so. Looks like Jose Rodriguez is getting ready to come on, but we'll see for who. And that pass goes well long of any Dayton player out for a goal kick in the 63rd minute. Here's Harris. Out to Koch. Dayton not really pressing the Fort Wayne back line. So Fort Wayne just content to move the ball around, and they do well here. A pass by Duty trying to find Amawako, but the Dayton player just able to intercept it. But it was a good bit of vision by Duty there, but Amawako not able to get on the end of that pass. Here's Harvey. Garcia trying to flick it on to Amawako. And a foul against Garcia in the 64th minute. And if I'm Mike Avery, I might try to get Garcia off the pitch. This is the second or third foul of this half, and he's already on a yellow, so you don't want to be missing one of your most important players at the end of the season here.
Well, and he's taken a couple of pretty hard knocks, and you wonder if he's trying to exact a little bit of get even. And if that's forefront in your mind rather than going to goal, then better off not out on that pitch anyway, if that's your number one priority.
So a substitution for Dayton there. The player coming off, Harper Cook, in his place, number 39, Brock Pickett, in the 65th minute for the substitution for Dayton. That's the first substitute of this match so far. But it looks like we're getting ready to see one from Fort Wayne here. Fort Wayne not able to maintain possession and stands, takes a quick shot, trying to catch Grant off his line. And an interesting substitution here. Rodriguez coming on for the center back, David Koch. And he doesn't immediately go back into the defense. So I'm wondering if Mike Avery isn't switching to a back three here, similar to what they started with against Flint. Just to put another player up into attack.
Yeah, Rodriguez definitely staying up the top.
And here's Garcia. Finds Duty out wide. He delivers the cross in, and the Dayton player sends it out for a corner. So Joel Harvey going to take the corner kick. And a good cross delivered in. And it falls to Tom, who rattles it off the crossbar. And still bouncing around. Falls to Rodriguez, the substitute. But Dayton able to poke it away and clear it up the field, but it only comes out to Shockey.
Zach Tom with a nice strike on that ball, and just a bit higher than he'd like.
And Shockey does well to thwart the attack for Dayton, and a little bit of skill here from Casas. Finds Garcia down in the corner. And shouts of a penalty from the Fort Wayne FC crowd, but the referee says there's nothing in it, and Dayton transitions quickly into attack. Fort Wayne doing well to just kick that ball out of bounds to end the attack for Fort Wayne, or for Dayton, excuse me. And I would argue that was that foul probably could have gone either way.
I agree. I was just contemplating, and at no point did he even look like he was considering blowing the whistle.
Yeah, and
so I'm thinking at least warrant some.
Oh, what a shot by Noe Garcia! He says, "I don't need the penalty. I'm going to do it on my own." And that is a heck of a shot. Into the top corner by Garcia to square things up here at Shields Field in the 69th minute. Fort Wayne FC 2, Dayton 2.
And not the typical goal we see from Noe Garcia. He received
Certainly not.
Received it calmly. Made a nice turn on the ball, confident on the ball, turned, but just took a look, and not sure if he saw the keeper just a bit out of position there or not, but boy, he struck it well, didn't he?
Yeah,
he got every inch of that one.
Certainly did, and none of the Dayton players really closed him down either. They 4 or 5 of them just standing there, left him in space, and he proved lethal on that instance there. So a water break in the 70th minute at Shields Field just after the goal from Noe Garcia. The second of the match. He's sitting on a brace now. He'll certainly be pushing to get the hat trick, the winner for Fort Wayne here within the past 20 minutes, or the next 20 minutes.
Absolutely no way for me to know this, but I'm certainly encouraged by him. I made the comment that maybe his first priority was getting a good nick or two in on the Dayton players, but just after he felt like he earned a penalty kick, channel that energy into that shot on goal. I'll take that every time over nicking a defender. hopefully get his focus back and, as you say, maybe replicate the number on the back of his shirt here today with goals.
So play just about back underway in the 71st minute at Shields Field. Fort Wayne FC 2, Dayton Dutch Lions 2. And Fort Wayne really has been the better team of this match. You know, Dayton, credit to them, they've had a couple of good goals. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. And a yellow card given out to the Dayton player, number 6, Emil Antonacci.
Well, I'm hopeful Fort Wayne FC can capitalize on this momentum and really come away with what they've earned in terms of a win today.
So here's Garcia on the ball again in the box. Quick turn and shoot, deflects off the Dayton defender. Goes out for a corner in the 72nd minute.
Quality attack as well from Garcia. Quick turn, quick release. Again, the goalkeeper somewhat shielded by his defender, so didn't see that shot coming. So had it been on frame, could easily have been in the back of the net.
So Harvey taking the corner. Delivered as it in. And the goalkeeper comes out to punch it away, but it falls to Shockey, who plays it back out to Harvey. Trying to take on the Dayton player. Here's Duty to BB. Nice little flick from him, finds Harvey. Here's Casas. Fort Wayne doing well to maintain possession down there in the right corner. A nice little shift from Casas, and he's away. The cross is in. Cleared out by the Dayton defender. And here's the man who scored both goals for Dayton. But the ball's picked off of him, and Fort Wayne gets possession back. Duty plays a nice switch out to Rodriguez.
Lots of nice footwork in tight from several of the
And
Fort
here's
Wayne FC
Emawako. Good attempt at a layoff, but Dayton able to stick a foot out and win it back. But Emawako does well to work hard and win that ball back. And here's Garcia with another shot. And the goalkeeper makes a little bit of a nervy save. It spills out into the center of the field, but Fort Wayne player not able to capitalize. The defender able to clear it out, and Dayton comes the other way with it. Here's Dayton in the attack now. And a good ball out to the right for Dayton, and Emawako kicks it out. And it's a throw-in for Dayton in the 74th minute. Good little layoff by Dayton. Harvey not messing about. Clears it out, and it's a throw-in for Fort Wayne. Zach Tom comes up with it, and he's driving quickly. Finds Garcia out on the left, who beats two defenders, lays it off to Tom. A good shot. And forces the goalkeeper to make a nice stretched save. The ball goes out for a corner kick for Fort Wayne in the 75th minute. Garcia lined up to take the corner. Driven to the near post, cleared out by Dayton. Ball rolls out for a throw-in for Fort Wayne. And the Dayton goalkeeper is down. Looks like he might just have a bit of a calf cramp there. It's a hot day. It's a humid day. Definitely want to make sure everybody's taking in the appropriate amount of water. So definitely understandable you're starting to see players go down with muscle cramps.
And he's had a lot of play in front of him here these last 15 minutes.
Certainly so. Fort Wayne attacking with vengeance, attacking with speed. And if you're a Fort Wayne player, Fort Wayne coach, Fort Wayne fan, that's a good sign. You're really making the goalkeeper work for it. So a substitution for Dayton. The player coming off, number 19, Marcos Villa, and in his place, number 16, Dominic Ruffalo. Throw in for Fort Wayne in the 76th minute.
And I hate to sound overly result-oriented, but boy, these last 25 minutes, really do-or-die time for Fort Wayne FC. We've seen it so many matches this season that, they've done everything right except score that goal that puts them out in front here. So,
and a decent attempt by Tom to curl it into the back post, but always going wide, not enough bend on it, not enough pace on it either. Probably not beating the goalkeeper in that instance. It looked like he had it well covered, and it's a goal kick for Dayton in the 77th minute.
And there has seemed to be an uptick in the intensity across the field for the players in white here in the last few minutes, and that's a good thing. And hopefully, again, sustain that higher level of intensity until they get that go-ahead goal.
So Grayson Duty gives the ball away in a dangerous spot, and it's a 5 versus 3 situation. Now 5 versus 4. Michael Vogel able to join the attack for Fort Wayne and trying to deliver that ball in, and smacks it off the side of Dylan Shockey, but he's still up for it. Cross delivered into stands, and it looks like he got his head to it. Referee says so. The ball goes out for a goal kick in the 78th minute. Grant plays it out quickly to Harvey. And Milwaukee able to head it to Rodriguez, who finds Tom in the middle. Here's Rodriguez. Trying to make something happen, but the shot goes well wide.
Yeah, it looked like he had shot on his mind from the minute he received it, and then it rolled just a bit wider, and then he lost his angle, lost his stance, so didn't get a good contact on the finish.
And I was just about to say, and it looked like Grayson Duty just gave him a look, but number 28 for Dayton, Michael Vogel, he's been sitting out on this line very wide for a long time. So Fort Wayne will want to watch him, but they're in possession now. Here's Casas. Out to Garcia, who plays it into Rodriguez. Trying to beat a player. But it comes back out to Garcia, who delivers the cross out to Amawako. Not able to settle it. And it's cleared out all the way back to the Fort Wayne goalkeeper. Here's Harvey. Switches it to Shockey. Rodriguez, the substitute. Got a little bit lucky there. Ball makes its way to Duty. Finds BB. Here's Tom. Driving around the Dayton defender. And that low cross gets all the way through the Dayton defense. And Fort Wayne comes up with it, but Grayson Duty not able to do anything with it. And it's a foot race between Will Harris and Stans of Dayton. And Harris and Harvey did just enough to thwart the first attack, but Dayton still maintains possession at least for a moment or two before giving back to Fort Wayne. And
this time Harvey just clears it away.
Yes.
A little less work on his behalf. And more effective.
Certainly so. And something I'm noticing from Fort Wayne, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but They could catch him out in the end. All of the midfielders are sitting really high up and sort of disconnect from their defenders now. Dayton not really applying a whole lot of high pressure, so you can have that disconnect there, but the defenders will definitely want, or the midfielders definitely want to make sure to track back in the attacks for Dayton. And here's Dayton on the attack now. Shockey, seeing Vogel.
Stans has proven to be a very effective forward running player as well, so I agree with
And
those balls coming through.
And players for both Dayton and Fort Wayne go down, but the play goes on. Here's Duty, who plays it out to Rodriguez, drives in across, and it goes out for a corner kick. So the first player to motion for a substitute was actually Dylan Shockey for Fort Wayne. Just holding his, looks like maybe his hamstring on his right leg. Maybe getting mixed up a little bit with the Dayton player there, Michael Vogel. And the ref finally lets Shockey get some treatment. And it looks like, I'm going to guess his day is done. So we've got a double substitution coming in for Fort Wayne. First coming off, Brett Beebe, and in his place is Ethan Stoneman, a name we haven't seen a whole lot of in the past couple of weeks. And off for the injured player, Dylan Shockey, is Luke Jones. I'll say Dylan Shockey put in a heck of a shift today.
Yeah, he was playing both ends of the field quite a bit. And,
So here's the corner, delivered by Harvey. Played to the back post, trying to find Jones. But the ball played well over him, and it goes out for a throw-in for Dayton in the 83rd minute. Cross delivered in by Jones, but it falls to the goalkeeper. And it looks like Duty is going to slot into that right back position in place of Shockey. But Stoneman also sitting a little bit deeper just to sort of play a diamond defense there, sort of a sweeper-stopper situation. At least that's what it looks like anyway, whether that's the intent. And Amawako able to get it over the goalkeeper, but the ball goes just wide for a goal kick for Fort Wayne in the 84th minute.
it's the first we've heard from Amawako in quite a while, and exciting, but just a bit wide. Did well to get a touch on that ball, and keeper had committed, so all he needed to do was find its destination, and it was going to go in. But as we said, just a bit wide.
So it looks like a long goal kick from the Dayton goalkeeper. Harris able to head it over to Amawako, and referee says handball. And it's going to go the way of Dayton in the 85th minute. So the ball falls to Stans here in the middle. He's able to maintain possession. And shots away by Dayton. But a pretty comfortable save by Cuba Grant. Duty driving down to the field. Looked like he was trying to play a switch to Amawako, but the ball falls well short of the intended target. But Fort Wayne able to maintain possession. Here's Tom. Trying to find Rodriguez. Yoseki for Dayton. Doing the work again.
And
Kicking that
again
ball
and
out.
again and again. I was just making note how often we've tried to play it through and past and over and around, and boy, he's come through almost every occasion.
So a Fort Wayne FC substitution. Zach Tom is replaced by Logan Lee in the 85th minute. And here's Jones. Back to duty. But Dayton able to get possession of it, and here's Vogel. And it's kicked out of bounds in the 86th minute for a throw-in. With the throw-ins to Stans, who is all alone, and he shoots it wide for a goal kick for Fort Wayne in the 86th minute.
I am not quite sure how in the 86th minute you leave that player alone as he was.
He's already put 2 past Fort Wayne. You certainly don't want him to put a 3rd pass. I think there was a bit of miscommunication between Will Harris and maybe Stoneman, who was meant to cover him. And Stans was able to get back in behind the Fort Wayne defense. Here's Logan Lee, the substitute on the ball. 3 players surrounding him, getting mugged out there. The Stoneman able to pick the pockets of the Dayton defense. Now here's Amawako trying to curl it near post, upper 90, and the Dayton goalkeeper able to palm it away for a corner kick in the 87th minute.
Yeah, we've talked about how teams can plan on relying on their goalkeeper to come up once or twice a game, and boy, Dayton sure had their money's worth today out of their net man.
So here's the corner. Delivered just a bit long, but it makes its way out to Harvey. Here's Rodriguez. Stoneman. Even slipping, he finds Luke Jones. On his left foot. Bishop Dwenger, football coach, will be happy about that one. 3 points
I tell you,
there.
we've had several of those today at each end, haven't we?
But it's a goal kick for Dayton in the 88th minute. Fort Wayne pressing hard for that decisive goal. But they'll just want to be mindful of the attack that Dayton's pushing up. But here's Garcia. Ball poked out by the Dayton defender, and it's a corner kick for Fort Wayne in the 88th minute. Luke Jones looks set to take it. Delivered short to Casas. Plays it back out to Jones, who one-times it in. And it's headed out for another corner kick
That's
for Fort
a good
Wayne.
Quick strike from Jones. That was very dangerous. That wasn't off by much. That defender just a header on it to get it up and over the bar.
So Garcia delivers the cross near post, trying to find Logan Lee. It falls to Rodriguez, who tries to fire a shot in, and it's another headed shot away by the Dayton defense. Emawako delivers a 3rd cross. Harris! And the goalkeeper spills it, but he prevents it from going into their net. And it's another save by the Dayton goalkeeper. And Fort Wayne don't have much time left. Currently in the 89th minute. And not a whole lot of stoppage time. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes at most for Fort Wayne to make something happen here. Harris does well to kick the ball away, and it's a throw in for Dayton in the 89th minute.
Yeah, numerous and varied attacks at the goal, but thus far nothing finding its way all the way back.
So the ball cleared away by the Dayton goalkeeper. Stoneman comes in with a good, strong tackle. And here he is on the ball again. Here's Logan Lee to Jones. Driving past his defender. And it's another corner kick for Fort Wayne in the 90th minute.
Yeah, and that's an indication of how much the attack Fort Wayne has been in, the number of corner kicks they've generated. But
So the corner kick delivered in. The goalkeeper punches it away. A little bit of a collision there with Logan Lee, but nothing doing. And now Dayton driving the other way, but the referee says out of bounds for a throw-in for Fort Wayne. Here now in the 90th plus minute. The board's just getting ready to go up. And wowie, 6 minutes of added time here at the end of the second half. So that's plenty of time for Fort Wayne to make something happen. I guess I wasn't necessarily paying full attention because I'm not entirely sure where he got 6 minutes from.
We did have a couple of extended injuries. Noah Garcia went down. Shockey was being attended to. So, yeah, maybe that's where that came from, but we'll take it.
Yeah, certainly
See
so.
if we can put one in here.
So here's Rodriguez. Lays it off to Casas. The shot's blocked by the Dayton defender. Ball rolls out to Stoneman. Casas switches it out to Amawako. Lays it off to Rodriguez. And a big touch from Amawako, but he's able to maintain possession. Fires a shot, and it deflected off the Dayton player and collected by the goalkeeper.
And there are a lot of circumstances and scenarios where Fort Wayne coaching staff is going to be really pleased with the attack and the opportunities created, but I'm not sure at this point in this game, in this season, that that's going to be satisfactory enough.
Yeah, you've got to finish those opportunities. So a yellow card given to Casas here in added time. Just a little bit of a high tackle there on the Dayton player. And the ball delivered in, trying to find stands and headed calmly back to the Fort Wayne goalkeeper. Here's Stoneman on the ball. Trying to play it back to Luke Jones, but giving possession away to Dayton.
Yeah, not sure that's a good idea at this point in the game either. We got to get that ball forward, get it into the area that's going to be dangerous.
So Casas able to win the ball off of the Dayton player, and here's Luke Jones. And a poor last pass by Jones there, just trying to force something to make something happen. Had he looked maybe a moment sooner, he had Rodriguez wide open on the backside to play in a ball, but that ball's turned over to Dayton, and now they're in the attack. Cross delivered in. Makes its way to a Dayton attacker. He goes down to the corner, just looks like they're playing for a draw now. And the ball kicked out for a throw-in for Fort Wayne here in extra time. So long ball, trying to find Amawako. The Fort Wayne able to maintain possession, and Casas is looking for options here. Luke Jones, nice bit of skill to maintain possession for Fort Wayne. And here's Garcia. Delivers in a cross. Can't find Rodriguez.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 times down the field, Fort Wayne just a little bit too scripted and deliberate in their attack, and Dayton able to step in and interrupt easily.
Garcia lays it off to Amawako. The cross in. Doesn't find anybody. Duty working hard and keeps the ball in for Fort Wayne. Here's Jones. And the shot curls, but not enough. And it's a goal kick for Dayton. And over the past couple of minutes, understandably so, that Fort Wayne attack look a little tired. You've got a lot of fresh legs up there, but you know, Noe Garcia, Pep Casas, they've all played a lot of minutes, all full 90 today. So they've looked a little lethargic in these past couple of minutes.
And again, give credit due to creating lots and lots of chances, just
certainly so.
Not that last touch. And that's, again, starts to to work against your overall sort of mentality in terms of not being as successful in your attack as you want to be.
So the ball makes its way out to Logan Lee, one of the substitutes. Here's Amawako. Delivers it into Rodriguez. Casaso's waiting on it, but the Dayton player flicks it away, but it falls to Duty, who finds Jones. Here's Casas. Trying to slip in Rodriguez. And it goes out for a throw-in for Fort Wayne here in the dying minutes. And throw-in away. Cleared out by the Dayton players. And Fort Wayne definitely had the lion's share of attack. 25 shots this match, 9 of them on goal. And they'll be pushing for that final one here in the dying minute. It's another throw-in for Fort Wayne. Duty trying to play it back to Rodriguez.
Somebody can step up and be the hero for Fort Wayne here.
And here's Casas.
The chair is open.
Lee plays it out to Amawako. Able to get it to Harvey. Keeps possession, but just nicked away by a Dayton player. And it looks like the referee's just put his whistle in his mouth, ready to blow the final whistle. And there is the match. We'll call it an unfortunate draw for Fort Wayne. They would have thought in the beginning that they were certainly going to be the better of two teams, but after 90-plus minutes, it doesn't matter. It comes all square, 2-2 here at Shields Field.
Well, I'll go one better. I think throughout the full 90, they were the better team in terms of almost every statistical category. But as you've said so often this afternoon, the only one that matters at the end of the day is the score line, and it's 2-2. Dayton getting their first point of this 2021 USL2 season.
So that's going to do it for us here at Shields Field. The next match for Fort Wayne FC will be this Thursday here at Shields Field. A friendly from the club just up I-69, Lansing Common FC. That's at 7 p.m., that kickoff here at Shields Field on Thursday. That's going to do it for us. Make sure to tune in next time. we'll do Noe's first. Yeah. Yeah. You know how this is supposed to be framed? Yep, just in the third. Yep, put him in the third. I want you to basically, you're gonna buddy up right next to Colton.
Yep, and then I'll just have him like right at me.
Check 1 2. On the screen here, are you seeing the audio peak? Check 1 2. Check. You shouldn't to ask Bill up there if he's hearing the audio. Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2. He needs to hear it through my headphones. Check 1 2 3 4 5. Check 1 2 3 4 5 6. Check 1 2. Yeah, it should be coming into the mixer, because I didn't take the receiver down. So if he records it on his, actually.
What were you seeing out there that led to those 2 goals?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, the team fought really hard. We fought to the end. I think we just tried to get to the crowd the first win. It couldn't be today, but I'm proud of my teammates. We fought together. We fought till the end. The fans, like, cannot be more grateful for them. Like, they're pushing here all day, every day. So it just happened. It's just perfect.
Especially after that second goal, you definitely saw like your heart on your sleeve right there. What were the emotions like for you? What was going through your head after that?
I'll be repeating myself, but it was again adrenaline, man. Like, I don't know, I used turn, looked up, I just felt like I had to shot, and I used striking, I just went top corner. Like, I don't know, it went amazing. It was full of adrenaline, rage outside, because I was just wanting to score that goal, help the team. So yeah.
What was the difference between the first and second half?
First and second half, I feel like second half we came with even more energy than we did in the first one. We knew what we wanted. We wanted to bring the win. As I say, it couldn't be, but like, we bring more energy than we did in the first half.
Out of curiosity, how frustrating was it that you guys weren't able to get that third and final goal, even though you guys had the lion's share of the attack in the last 15, 20 minutes?
Oh, this football sometimes. Well, soccer here. But yeah, I mean, as I said, we keep trying. We use shot, keep fighting, crossing. It wasn't, and football is something like that. So, like, we fought together, we fought till the end. So we have to stay with that.
What's the morale like on this team right now?
The morale is fine, I think. Like, of course, it's frustrating, as you said, like, to not get that win, not get the first win here. We, of course, want to bring a win to the fans, to us as well, to the team. But yeah, like, the team morale is still fine. We're still fighting. We're still getting together and getting better each day. So step by step.
That's what I have for you. Is just what do you take from this game? What do you learn?
I learned like, as a team, we can, if we want to fight, we can fight, because there have been some games sometimes we just let it go a little bit. We lose the focus. But today we just kept the focus to the end. We kept fighting till the end. Leave every tackle, every shot, every pass, and even if we miss the ball, we're running again to get the ball back. So that's what we learned, like, keep fighting, keep focusing, and just fight for those games.
Anything else?
Thanks, Noe.
Thanks, Noe. Appreciate it. Thank you.
One question. You scored that first goal, I think, 35 seconds into the match. Have you ever scored a goal that quickly in a match?
Actually, I don't think so. No, definitely not. I mean, I don't know. It just happened. I saw the ball. I just tried to shot it, bounced on the defender a bit. I just went really slow into the net. So yeah, no, I haven't got a score that early.
Congrats, Noe. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Whatever's clever. I'm indifferent.
You're many things, my friend, but indifferent is not one of them. So,
Coach, can I have you take like one step off the forward? Perfect.
just this worries me because if this starts to fall, one of you guys is going to give me a heads up, right?
I will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
They've got the weights on it now.
We hopefully they put sand back in them. So, Coach Avery, a point today. Talk to me about your feelings about this result.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be disappointed about it because it felt like a game that we should have won. But I also give our guys a ton of credit to come back when you're a goal down, especially the way the second goal went in. It's a little bit of a heartbreaking kind of goal to give up, but you keep fighting, and that's been a testament of our guys all season long is they just keep playing and keep fighting. So to get that second goal back, fantastic, and I really thought we were going to get the third. Their goalkeeper, you got to give him a lot of credit because he made 4 or 5 great saves right there at the end.
So, statistically speaking, throwing out a couple numbers that we saw at the end here, at least from our statistician, 25 shots from you guys, 9 on goal. How does it make you feel knowing that your offense, even though they maybe didn't get that last goal, were at least productive in that final third?
Yeah, I mean, I heard Noe just say it to you guys. That's football sometimes, and unfortunately it's true. Like sports with a goalkeeper, like hockey or soccer, you can have those days sometimes where you pepper the goal and the guy makes a couple incredible saves and it just doesn't go in. I would be a lot more worried if we weren't creating chances, and really over the last month, 6 weeks, every game we've created tons of chances. And so I believe that those are going to fall in.
So how well do you think your team is now starting to gel as we head towards the final 3-4 matches of the season?
Yeah, I mean, they've been an incredible group to work with from day one. And you know, every team goes through these stages of coming together and then figuring out their roles as they storm a little bit, and then they figure out how to perform together. And we have to do that in a very compacted situation. So we've pushed fast forward on that. And really, again, their character as people, they've been really easy to get along with each other. So I'm not surprised to see them out there battling for each other. And then learning how each other play, that just takes time. And again, I think you see every day that we look a little sharper in those regards.
You know, going off of that, as the season draws to an end, how are you guys continuing to learn and get better?
Well, you know, we want to take this all the way to the end, right? I think what you're going to see over the next 3-4 games, some guys that maybe haven't played quite as much are going to start to get some time because there's some guys that are going to leave. There's some pre-planned time off before their college season starts again. And so the roster always is in a little bit of flux. But I think that we're going to put out a good group every day. The guys have been training right through. Even you guys aren't here earlier enough, but before every game, the group that's not playing is training on the field, preparing for the next one. So we're going to play on Thursday. We're going to see what we can get out of that. And then we're going to play on Saturday and see what we get out of that, and just all the way to the end. Just joined the team like 3 days ago, and so he was going to play on Friday night, and then because of the quarantine, which seems crazy, we're still quarantine people, but because of the quarantine we couldn't get him on, so he's going to get a full 90 hopefully on Thursday night. And there's some others like that just need time. They want to get on and show us what they can do, and we see their quality in training, so I'm excited to see them play. For this game today, and so unfortunately the second goal that went in at the start of the half, I mean, we scored very quickly. Theirs might have been even quicker. I'm not sure about the exact seconds.
25 seconds to 35 seconds.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've ever seen 2 go in that quickly after the start of a half. But you know, again, those crazy things happen sometimes in sport, and it's really, you know, what you do in response to that is really the measure of us. And so I thought we responded really well. You saw us raise our attack. We went after him and after him and after him and after him, pulled the second goal back, and really had a good shout for the third many times. So yeah, again, you know, sometimes a tie feels like a loss. In some ways this one does a little bit, but that's good because it means that we care a lot about it, and I'm happy about that.
Where does that emotion from Noe come in the second half?
you know, he's a proud player, and he's had a lot of good chances. And then he was getting beat up a little bit off the ball, and I think it kind of raised his energy up a little bit. But, you know, whenever you score a goal like that, I wanted to run on the field and play after that goal. That was an incredible finish. That was worth the price of admission right there. I can't wait to see that one back. But I think it just raised him up, obviously.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
He's a bit of a taller player. So. Yeah. Looks good. All right, Will. So talk to me about your emotions here at the end of the match. A tough point to stomach, I have to imagine.
Yeah, I think we deserved more from the game. Obviously, you saw we had a lot more chances in the second half, and unfortunately we didn't score. But I mean, 2 great goals from Noe, and it kept us in the game. And they had 2 chances and scored from 2, and that's football sometimes. And I just think we deserve more from that.
So, out of curiosity, you and I have not had a discussion so far yet this season. What have you taken out of this season so far that you're hoping to implement into your college season?
I mean, I've learned a lot, especially under Mike and under all the coaching staff. I've certainly improved, I think. I learned more about the game that where at Tech I wouldn't know so much, and it's more adult, and obviously the players all come from all over the country, and it's a good experience.
So, talk to me about your emotion when that second goal happened.
I couldn't quite believe it, to be honest. I just saw the ball come down, Noe just take a touch, and I thought it was sailing over the bar, and then it just nestled nicely in the corner, and I was just like, maybe we could go and win this. But yeah, it was an unbelievable goal, unbelievable.
So, at the end of the day, a 2-2 draw. What are you hoping you take from this match into the next couple?
I think going into our last games, we've just got to go and play with no fear now. Go and win all our games that we can. Play well, perform in front of our own fans and away. And I think we'll do that. And we just got to stay positive. We got a point here today. Deserved a lot more, but I think we'll carry this momentum on into the end of the season.